Alright, time for advanced logistics. Tip: ships that aren't in a fleet and have auto-join fleet enabled will attempt to join the best fleet in their local gravity well. Disable this behavior by right-clicking the Create Fleet button in the Tactics Management grid for each ship. Okay, it's a bit of a heavy tip. Ships that aren't in a fleet will have auto-join fleet. Best fleet in their local gravity well. The best one, not the closest one. Welcome to the Advanced Logistics tutorial. The purpose and effects of advanced logistics structures will be covered. Purpose and effects of advanced logistics structures. I feel dumb, but I already forgot what logistics actually means. The nexus of your empire's influence in the galaxy is your capital planet. The nexus, like in Demon Souls. The nexus of your empire's influence is your capital planet. Basically, this is the main one. The further away your empire's planets are from your capital planet, the lower their base allegiance will be. Naturally. It's harder to manage a colony that's further away from the main state. Planets with partial allegiance suffer reduced tax and resource income. Go ahead and bring up the info cards for your other planets to see their allegiance. Okay. Let me do that right now. Allegiance, 90%. Planet health, whatever, 1500. Population 10. Tax income rate, 2 a second. 2 credits a second, I believe. 60, 65, 69, 74, 79. So it's totaling out to like 5 a second. This is 10 a second. I think it's red, so I think that actually means -2. Yeah, and that's -3. That's why it's coming out as 5 a second instead of 10 a second. They should have just put a -2 instead of just coloring it red. I don't know. I still get it either way. So the allegiance is 90, therefore, -2 credits a second. This one has the allegiance 80, and hence the tax income penalty is actually higher. Tactical slots, logistic slots. This one actually already has some. Yeah, both of these have used some up already. This one even more. Planet exploration 0, exploration 0. Of course, it's 100. To select a planet as your capital, select Designate Capital Planet from the Planet Upgrade menu. If you have an existing capital already, it will be moved to the designated planet when the upgrade is complete. As your empire expands to more and more planets, your income growth will begin to lessen due to lost allegiance. One way of offsetting this is by building trade ports. What is this? Stars not explored. Build trade ports to offset income, to offset the loss of income growth, lessening income growth from lost allegiance. So is allegiance something that you can gradually lose? Okay. Trade ports automatically produce autonomous trade ships that transport goods between friendly planets with trade ports. Each trade port produces credits over time at a rate that scales with the number of trade ships it has launched. Let me read it one more time. Trade ports automatically produce autonomous trade ships that transport goods between friendly planets with trade ports. So if these all had trade ports, they could trade between each other. Each trade port produces credits over time at a rate that scales with the number of trade ships it has launched. Okay, more trade ships, more credits over time. Go ahead and build a trade port at both your Terran and desert planets. They are built from the logistics structure menu. For the rest of the tutorial, the restrictions on how many structures you can build will be relaxed. Okay, logistics structure menu, going to build a trade port. Logistics structure, we need a trade port. Here we go. Left click to autoplay structure. Okay, yeah, you actually have to put it somewhere. Does it really matter? Okay, there's one. And now we will select this planet, trade port. There. And there's the construction frigate getting ready to do its job. There's actually two. I think it just automatically picked the closest one. Yeah, double click to center on that planet. Using construction. So which one is actually the one that's working? I think it's this one because, yeah, you can see the construction written in red. And it has the, you can see little bars here moving.
Structure complete.
Yep, there we go. And here it is. It's trade port. Double click. It's not done yet. These bars don't actually give you a good idea of how far they need to go. Yeah. Oh, but that does. Once it reaches, there we go, 4,500. Once the hole reaches 4,500, that's how you know. So the hole, in other words, the number is here, on the info card instead of that meters, which you really need to pay attention to. Of course, either way, once the bar goes from yellow to green, that's how you know it's done. And they're already sending out trade ships. Is that it for this tutorial? Both your Terran and desert planets. Let's see. Yeah, I actually do not have one here. Each trade port also earns extra income proportional to the longest chain of planets with trade ports in your trade network. Let me read that one more time. Each trade port, blah blah blah, also earns extra income proportional to the longest chain of planets with trade ports in your trade network. How that math exactly works out, I don't know. You can see the extent of this chain by mousing over your credit summary at the top of the HUD. Heads up display, credit summary, trade port income, Alkari, something. You can see the extent of this chain by mousing over your credit. Earning extra income.
Structure complete.
I think I just saw that change there. Yeah, 2.9, 1.3, 1.3, and 0.3 for my main planet. Yeah, my main planet is like the least. Excellent. If your empire requires more metal or crystal than your planet's extractors can provide, one way of acquiring more is to build refineries. Refineries, if the extractors aren't doing good. Like trade ports, refineries automatically produce autonomous cargo ships that scales their resource income. These ships seek out resource extractors belonging to your empire at adjacent gravity wells. That belong to your empire at adjacent gravity wells. Because each refinery draws from extractors in nearby gravity wells, and each extractor can only support a few refineries, building too many refineries will not increase your resource income efficiently. Go ahead and build one at your desert planet. Okay, we're gonna go to logistics. Wait, refinery. Oh, went over it. Refineries. Refines raw resources gathered by refinery ships. Good. The last core element of logistics is culture. Okay. It is produced from broadcast center logistic structures, so build one at your Terran planet now. Terran planet? Ice planet. Yeah, those are the planet types. Culture. Produced from broadcast center logistic structures. Broadcast center. Oops, didn't mean to hit my mic. Spreads the cultural influence of your empire to nearby planets. Uses 4 logistics slots. Build time 55 seconds. Cost 900 credit, 100 metal, 150 crystal. Culture spreads along the phase lanes between planets and is represented by a growing line in that empire's color. Culture spreads along the phase lanes, these things, between planets, and is represented by a growing line in that empire's color. My empire's color is gray? The further abroad culture from a given planet spreads, the slower its spread rate becomes. How do I see that?
Structure complete.
Well, it's not complete, that's why. The orbital refinery was what was completed.
Structure complete.
There we go. Phase lanes between planets. Yep, there we go. Of my empire's color. So you can see the red line moving. The slower its spread rate becomes. Which means the speed that this line is moving from here to there is going to be slower when it's going from here to this one here. As culture spreads, it causes shifts in allegiance. Friendly culture will cause allegiance to increase slowly to a slightly higher maximum, whereas hostile culture causes allegiance to slowly drop to 0. Do I have a friendly culture? If allegiance reaches 0 at a planet, the planet's current government is overthrown, causing the planet to become neutral. Edit that out. Strong cultural influence can also prevent an attacking empire from colonizing planets that have had their infrastructure destroyed by bombardment. Strong cultural influence. So, strong culture is another defense from your planet being colonized, aside from, just physical defenses. Lastly, ships will fight more effectively at planets under the effects of friendly culture. I didn't know that. Of course I didn't know that. Huh. More effectively meaning what? Is there like a hit rate stat that I'm not seeing that this increases? This concludes the advanced logistics tutorial. Okay. Is that line going slower? Looks like it's just going the same speed. Anyways, yeah, that's okay.